Hello, everyone. I think we're live on the air now, and I had no idea who was watching. Looks like 0 viewers. But I'm gonna link this out. I think I get some links here. I already sent it out to my Twitter account. Just wait around a little bit, see who shows up, because I set this out last minute, only 10 minutes before um, the air time. I would most likely like to do that an hour before, but I kind of almost forgot about it. So yeah, just roll with that. There we go. We are live on the air now. Awesome. I can watch myself in delay. So yeah, I'm gonna bring up some of my comments here that have gone through and been posted by the community, the epic community that follows me. By the way, my name's Dave. You should know that. From the Fast Food Review, and this is our first live show. But yeah, I decided why not do a live show because I get a lot of questions that the comments cannot be replied to only because the comments permissions are not set up properly. So, you know, figured let's get that started. I can't make this go away. There's a pop-up that gives me links now and it won't go away. YouTube, why would you make such a thing? That's horrible. Right, there we go. Rescale the window and it goes away. Anyway, let's go back to some of these comments here. Some of the common ones that have popped up over the past month, I'd say. Back 1 month ago. Who's that one person always comments? Yes, Melissa. Melissa R. She always comments, but again, the permissions are set up wrong. See, I got 6 viewers now. That's more like it, guys. Thank you for watching. Feel free to use the comment section beside the chat, I think should work. I should be able to see that. Type a heyo in there right now, and I think eventually go through, and you guys should be able to read that. Cool, right? So yeah, once again, going through some of the comments here. I'm gonna butcher all the names, but Navolian said, "Did your OnePlus 2 arrive okay?" For those that don't know which phone I use, I've been a fan of the company called OnePlus, and I've had the OnePlus One, and currently now use the OnePlus 2. And I very much like these phones, mostly for the price and what you get. I think there's a lot to it. OnePlus 2 is got some good features, and not too fantastic, but yeah, I will accept it over the OnePlus One. They did improve it. I like the USB-C connection, or I can plug it in either way. Battery life not as great, but hey, that's technology related stuff for a different show, for a different channel. We can roll with that some other time. Anyway, back over here to some comments. So I got the OnePlus 2. I like it. Thank you for watching. What is it? Chandler. Chandler S. Thank you for the comment. He likes the videos. Awesome to see you at the live show. Thanks for stopping by. Let's see. Good luck with the new place, says Joe P. So yeah, currently, if you guys haven't realized by now, I've moved locations. I started growing up in New Jersey for 28 years. Then spent a year in Washington State, where you guys saw me in Gig Harbor, and then I moved here last month to Cary, North Carolina. Is there a Blaze Pizza? I have not been to one. I don't know if there's one around here. Let me pull up Google Maps and see. That's how I find my places. Either Yelp reviews or Google Maps. There looks to be one in Morrisville, which is about a 40-minute drive, maybe 30 or 40-minute drive. I do Lyft driving on the side. You probably guys know of Uber or Lyft. And it's been fun meeting the people, seeing the area. But yeah, there is one. It's about, it's a little bit out of the way, but I'll have to give it a shot. Thank you for the suggestion there. I will look into it. If you guys aren't following me on all the social media websites right now, Twitter is probably the best one. I rarely tweet, so I won't flood you with things. But it looks like we already tweet there. I'll favorite that. Back to some of the comments here. Let's see. So Melissa says, great to have you back. I think some suggestion would be to try new Halloween burger from Burger King. We already did that. Awesome. 5 out of 5 when it's not perfect. Interesting. That was a Kevin G comment. North Carolina is beautiful state. Glad you settled in. Cheers. That was from Paul Penley, I think. Yeah, but it's been pretty fantastic out here so far. No crazy rain or anything other than the first 2 weeks that I've been out here. You guys saw that though. See, the woman that took my order at the BK sounded like she had the shittiest day at work ever. Yes, I remember that Burger King. That's when I did the Halloween Whopper, that black Whopper A1 thing. That was pretty bad service, but it happens. It wasn't even a maybe it was a Friday. I forget when I recorded that. It was a Friday. Yeah. So that's also in the comments. But yeah, that was an interesting burger. No A1 sauce in the bread, if you will. So yeah, find out what goes on. If you guys have any questions who are watching live, feel free to post them or tweet them out. I'm watching both currently. Put Twitter on that screen over there and watch some things over here. For those who are wondering why I'm looking over here, it's because you guys over here on this screen, I got a third monitor and a second monitor, all this jazz, and I could do that because I have the power to. I'm just that awesome. If anyone wants to donate, I can use 3 more monitors. That way I can have 6. But that would involve a computer upgrade, and I don't really want to do that right now. That's just crazy. Anyway, back to more comments here. Whoa, rolled up really high. Nice to have. It's always. Oh, Rob says here, I'm always overly nice to fast food workers because I'm paranoid that they'll contaminate my food with spit or whatever. Because they're not qualified chefs or anything. They're high school dropouts. I actually went through and recommented on that because it's not all just high school dropouts that are in most of these places. A lot of them are just students starting out. They're looking to get their first job. It's easy to get in the restaurant business by going to fast food place. Pays decently okay. So, and they're not there to get a job just to lose it. So I give them a little bit more credit. They're not just there to destroy your food, but it's always nice to be nice to the staff because they appreciate that. Nobody likes to get yelled at, right? 7.5% sales tax. Here in Norway, it's 25 to 50%. That was by Sharon Hale or something like that. Again, I am butchering the names, but I'm good at doing that. So, yeah, that would be interesting. I would not want to pay 50% tax on all my orders. That would suck. Glad to see your videos return from North Carolina. The black bun looks weird. That's from Steve Chapman. Steve Chapman actually posted me a really cool message. I got to bring that up over here in the community group of my video manager because he went through and gave me a whole list. In fact, there's somebody else that posted here. Gave me a list of 15 places around Cary and the area around Cary that I should go try out. So there's a bunch of different places called Freddy's. We got PDQ. Bojangles apparently is really good over here. So chicken and biscuits, I'm gonna have to try that. Somebody recommended that when I was doing Lyft driving yesterday. They said I must go to Bojangles, and so I would. I'll have to give that. Firehouse Subs. I've been to one further away. They gave me the awkward style stare when I walked in there. So I would not recommend that place, but other places have been good that I've tried. So yeah, Wendy's got Jersey Mike subs, a bunch of different places like that. We will have to go through and try out a few more of the places. What kind of car do you drive now? Is this Charlander? I don't know how to say your name, dude, but sorry. I drive a 2004 Hyundai Elantra 4-door sedan. It was a pretty darn good car. And my brother kept it for years in Eureka, California, and drove there very little. So it was pretty interesting that he kept it garage kept for most of the life. And then he drove it cross country because he moved to South Carolina and I was in North Carolina. So he sold it to me. He bought a newer vehicle. And so I have an '04 Hyundai Elantra and I'm enjoying it. It's a very easy car to work on. Like if I had to replace the radio, which I did, was the first thing I did. It's 4 screws and a few pop out things. You just pop the whole dashboard front end off and put in a new radio. Very, very easy. And so, yeah, awesome there. Where in Washington did I live? I was in Gig Harbor. So if you guys know Seattle, it's up on north there on the east side. Then right below is Tacoma. And across that big Tacoma Narrows Bridge is pretty much Gig Harbor. Washington was really, really cool. The year that I was there what I mostly did was go to all the state parks. And if you guys haven't seen the background, all the camera equipment and the photos, I do a lot of video and photo work on the side. It's something I've always enjoyed and did for years. So what I did in Washington State was pretty much just run around with the video camera photos. I've got a photo up to my right here that's out of frame of just gorgeous scenery of Washington State and all that jazz. I don't think I can pull it off the wall, at least not easily. So I will not. But if you guys are interested, let me know in the comments, and I can edit this later and give you a link to my Dropbox or whatever, probably my storage NAS over here. And just put up a public folder where you can see all the photos and such that I've taken over the years. Do you love me? Says Julie P. Yes, of course I do. Why not? I love all my commenters, the people that are following me, all the 7 people that are watching right now. You guys are lovely. Go back to some of the comments I've gotten over the past 3 weeks. NH Tech, I follow him on Twitter, and he follows multiple of my YouTube channels. He says, during the BK Halloween A1 Whopper, he says, I love that awkward wait as you pulled up to the speaker. In Washington, they were a bit more quick at greeting. And then in the 45-second mark, say again. Yeah, because we could not, at least I had no clue what she said at that speaker thing. Taco Bell is easily one of the better places I've been to so far, fast food wise. I went to, what was it? It was a restaurant yesterday. I was doing more Lyft driving. I was around the area and fueling up, and they had a great place. And I posted on my Instagram account a photo of one of these awesome bourbon chicken dishes. Or was it? Here we go. And it came out to be a great photo too. If you guys are not following the fast food review on Instagram, go find it now. Ruby Tuesdays had a bourbon chicken dish, and fantastic photo. Let's see if I can focus there. It will not focus, but the depth of field on that photo you can check out for yourself. I highly recommend Ruby Tuesdays, especially the bourbon chicken dish. Julie says my videos are awesome. Thank you. I think they are too, or else I wouldn't be doing them. Do I still live in Washington? It's a ballad. No, I am currently in Cary, North Carolina. I moved here 1 month ago. So yeah, that's a change of address, a change of what I'm doing food-wise, location-wise, and definitely a change in weather. Today it's been it's starting out sunny, and then it was going all kind of weird and funky. How do I like being a Lyft driver? It has been interesting, actually. I've done it for 2 weeks, and so far, last week was probably my higher paying week. Now that I know the areas and places to go, it pays about $350 a week, and I'm only putting 24 hours a week into it. So it's not bad at all pay. I figure that's about $1,300 a month, maybe averaging out a fuel cost, maybe $100 out of that or something, maybe a little bit more. So if you guys are looking to drive for Lyft or Uber and you got a reliable car, go for it. I would recommend it. Lyft requires that you meet up with someone. I know that Uber would not accept my vehicle because I drive an 04, and Uber requires an 05 or newer. So, yeah. Opinions on Donald Trump. I have no opinions on Donald Trump. I don't really follow all that much. I do have a Sonic Burger near me, a Sonic Drive-In. I don't like Sonic Drive-In. They're weird, and at least in New Jersey and all the places I've tried, they've done nothing but mess up my orders. So, yeah. I tend to go there. A cookout near me? Yes, we do have a cookout, and I've been there twice, and I will have to do I think they have a chili cheese dog or something. Oh my goodness. Yes, and I think they all do, they have 40 different milkshakes. So I'm going to have to go there 40 different times, in order 40 different milkshakes. So we'll give that a shot in the future as well. Going back to some of the comments I gotten over the past, Brewers Arcade used to say manual window shout out, and then when I switched vehicles to the electric window, he says electric window shout out, which I featured in one of my comments. And I love to feature the comments that you guys post. So if you guys have great comments, and I see them in the past, I'll try to comment about them and put them up on the YouTube videos when I produce them. Let's see what else we got here. Our Beth commented 2 weeks ago. She said in Japan, The black burgers are made with squid ink instead of food coloring. I don't know how much I believe that. That was a comment on the Halloween Whopper one. Well, we'll see. We'll see. I won't. I don't know if I try that. What do you guys think? Melissa says, "Would you ever have you ever heard of a Whataburger?" I have heard of them. I don't think I've ever been to one. Same problem with Sonic. Yes, I'm sure there's a lot of places like that though that mess up. So I don't know. I question why they're still in business because I've never been a fan of the food the times I've tried Sonic Burger, and honestly, they've never given me great service either. So they're gonna fail eventually, I imagine. Riley Duffy says, "I like the bacon waffle tacos and Captain Crunch delights at Taco Bell. I'll have to give that a shot. I don't know if they do breakfast at my location." It's another comment that I'm just going through here. Fries Supreme. Amazing people at Taco Bell. Yes, I'm gonna have to go back to Taco Bell more often. They are amazing. Definitely really cool. What else we got here? Still around. So the general look and feel in the comment section is that people are watching consistently. Oh, I just read a comment by Tom Cody who does the food snot reviews. And let me see if I can post. See if it works. If it works, it'll be amazing. I know in the past would not allow me to post comments, or sorry, links in my comment section here. Does work. Interesting. Go check out the Tom Cody show on YouTube. He's doing food reviews with a twist. And if you guys like an interesting sort of comical feel of food reviews and not just the same old thing that I do here, maybe something different style, go check out his videos. And either you're going to love it with the first video, or you're going to hate it and you're going to stay away. But everything this guy has produced, Tom does really good at. And I thank him for watching this channel. And I've been watching his channel for a while as well, and multiple things that he's produced. So yeah, definitely worth checking out and subscribing. Bojack seems really weird. Is that Bojack or Bojangles? The show gets better and better. Interesting. Chick-fil-A. We do have, I don't know if there's an Arby's around here. That's another fun thing. Can I find an Arby's near me? Because I haven't done many Arby's in the past. And it would be cool to get back to one. So let's see, there's one up north here. Up north, Cary. Let's get directions from home. Yeah, it's about a 20-minute drive, 15, 20 minutes, depending on traffic. So I'll have to get back to Arby's at some point. In terms of Chick-fil-A, we do have a Chick-fil-A. I got to get to Chick-fil-A. Back in Washington, there was a Chick-fil-A, and they always had an hour-long line. Apparently, Bojangles has an hour-long line, so we'll have to see if I can get into that place. Welcome, NH Tech. Thanks for dropping in, dude. If you guys aren't following him, go check out his techie-type videos on YouTube and Twitter and all that jazz, because we can. Go back to my notifications here on Twitter. Nothing there. Awesome. I'm getting notifications from my work group, though. I have to shut that down or something. It's binging at me. For those that don't know, I do Social Blade as my day job. That's my 9 to 5 currently. And that pays all the bills. It's pretty darn good. I like it. All the social media management and customer support. I'm the customer support management team type person. I'm a manager. Ain't that awesome? So yeah, questions about that, they come into me. It's awesome. Arby's isn't worth the 20-minute drive? I don't know. You know, I drive a lot, and especially driving as a Lyft driver, I will drive a lot more than usual. So that doesn't seem too out of the norm to me right now. Let's turn off this because it's binging in the background and it's annoying me. There we go. Now my phone's going to bing though because it's logged in there. I'm going to set this to a priority mode. Yay for 1+2 and their slidey switchy thing. Notification slider. Back to the comments. Why isn't Arby's worth the 20-minute drive? Oh, it totally is. It totally is. When will Jay be back on your reviews? Jay is in Washington State currently. I'm in North Carolina, in Cary, for those that haven't noticed yet. So he's looking to actually move to Albuquerque, New Mexico in about, I think, a year's time. So he'll be a little bit closer. So it might happen. He might be in the case that he can visit every now and then. And so we'll try to get him into a video or two. Maybe we'll just do a sort of an agreement thing where he posts his thoughts on something and I'll collaborate it into an editing bay type thing where we don't do it live. But yeah, it was cool to be able to do that thing live with him. So yeah, you gotta get some people around here. If you guys are near Cary or the Raleigh area, anywhere in North Carolina around Cary, uh, do send me a message on YouTube or whatever, and maybe we'll meet up and do some video reviews, some food reviews. You made the previous comments. Scroll up a little bit. How did I miss that? Sorry. Scrolling up a little bit more. The comment window is really, really small. Maybe I should try to expand that. I need a wider screen. Put it all the way over here. And then we will scroll here. Comment. Find the comments. There we go. Oh, there it is. Awesome. See if I can do the highlight thing with Command F, Control F, whatever it is. I'm on a PC. Control F. Have I ever seen BoJack Horseman? It's on Netflix. First 4 episodes seems stupid, but after a while, you get really deep down in the show. I have not seen it. I am a subscriber for Netflix, so I will definitely check it out. Most of the shows that I watch are like techie based, so anything that has technology, like when they try to hack a bank and they use all this new gear that seems really cool and lights up, I'm all over that. Same with horror. When it comes to movies, I'm all over horror shows. Potato Liquor says, love my videos. Thank you for stopping by, dude. Cool username, too. I love my videos. Everyone should like my videos. Who could not like my videos? Other than maybe that one troll that gives me a thumbs down on every video. But hey, you know what? It happens. I deal with it. Really, really cool stuff. Let's see if we got any additional comments here on the right. It's been a slow sort of week. I'd noticed there's no comments to display. That's fun. I broke YouTube. It's been a slow week ever since I put up the announcement video. There really wasn't much traffic on that. So it's interesting to see what would happen with this show and how many people would show up, but I'm happy with it so far. So no complaints at all. I was going to use that new live YouTube live thing. They have live events. I never touched it before, but it had a lot of features. The thing I couldn't do was schedule. So unfortunately, I could not do that. Do a Dunkin' Donuts review. Yes, there is Dunkin' Donuts within about 15 minutes from here, I'd say, maybe 10. And I definitely have to go back to Dunkin' Donuts. If you guys haven't heard me comment of Tom Cody Show, go to the Tom Cody Show, COTE Show, and check out his food reviews. Awesome, awesome stuff. He did some Dunkin' Donuts reviews, and I think he said something like the sandwich was dry. So I had to make a comment. Dunkin' Dry was my comment, or part of my comment. Have I seen Human Centipede? I have not. I have not. And H Tech says, I agree Dunkin's would be a good review. Do some dinner food sit down restaurants. I saw Instagram the other day, Ruby Tuesdays. Yes, if you guys aren't following my Instagram, the fast food review. And I posted a really good image there that was taken with the OnePlus 2 phone. I love the camera on this thing. So if you guys are interested in that, go check it out. Give me a like on it. Follow the Instagram. I don't post as much as I should, but if I'm around and I think about it, I will. So let's see. So dinner sit down restaurants. Yeah, I might get around to doing that. The drive-throughs are so easy. It's just you toss up the GoPro wherever I have that in the back of the corner of the desk there, and you just hit record, and there's very little editing, so it's easy for me to get out an episode. Steve Chapman, nice to see you, dude. How am I enjoying North Carolina? It's been pretty darn good. So I've been here for a solid month now, a little bit over a month. Weather has been consistent other than the 2 weeks rain when I arrived here. I was sort of used to that. Just wasn't looking forward to it. But yeah, consistent weather, and I've been getting out doing a lot of driving for a company called Lyft. I'm a Lyft driver, and yes, I Lyft. Old nerd is here. Awesome, awesome. Food reviews says must be the same guy who gives you a thumbs down. Some old guy that gives you a thumbs down activity on YouTube is all good. Yep. True. They just pushed an update out on YouTube Analytics. If you guys haven't checked, they did that today. It seems like they're focusing more on watch time, which is what I've always tried to get people to stay around. So um, definitely diner, diner, NH Tech. I might do some like diners. I haven't really been to diners, but those are interesting places, and I'm sure there's some really good places around here that have diners, especially in New Jersey. There were good diners around there too. So yeah, I might do some of those in the future. I'm all over the place. I read a comment, and all I know is I lost track of my current thought. Oh yeah, I was talking about analytics. So yeah, you guys got to keep if you're doing a YouTube channel, keep people watching throughout the video, and then try to get them to watch the next video. That's really really important in terms of getting people to rank up. Uh, do you think stick is more fun than automatic? I have never driven a manual vehicle. Sad to say, it looks like a heck of a lot of fun. I want to try it. I don't have a vehicle that's manual shift, so unfortunately, I can't. If anyone's in the Cary, North Carolina area that has one, bring it on over, especially if you don't want the transmission destroyed. I'll find a way to do that. Do I follow football? I do not. I'm not a sports fan at all. So, Oreo pumpkin spice at BK. I'm not a huge fan of pumpkin, but I will probably give the Oreo pumpkin spice a try. Thank you for that suggestion, Julie. Yeah, it's all because of YouTube Red. Well, not really. Not really. YouTube Red is an interesting thing that rolled out. And if you guys aren't aware of what it is, it's more of a subscription service. So you're going to be able to pay $10 a month, and it's going to take away all the advertisements on YouTube and actually give some of that to the content creators, such as me. So now that that's rolling out, I'll probably see a little bit of loss on all of my channels that I produce, but within a bit of time, it should go right back up and get back to the usual income. But YouTube is not my main source of income. It's not even my secondary source of income. I have a day job with Social Blade. It's good. It's awesome. And then my secondary job currently that I started doing 2 weeks ago is driving for Lyft. So really good source of income there. But YouTube Red is going to be interesting. I'm actually going to apply for that. I think it unlocks in 2 days, in the 28th. Mostly because I was paying for Google Music, which is $10 a month. And if you pay for YouTube Red, they give you access to both. So I'm a fan of Google Music. I will be using that along with YouTube Red and contributing a little bit more towards everyone that can make videos on YouTube. Steve says, I used to live there for 20 plus years. That's how he knows about all of the places that he sent me in the comment or my message inbox. 20 plus years, missed the restaurants around there, Southern barbecue chicken, etc. It should be a really good year, and we'll see what happens after this year, where I stay, where I go, and whatnot. But yeah, Cary, North Carolina has some really good barbecue so far. What is my favorite genre of music? Always wanted to ask this. Well, now you did. I listen to a lot of different things, mostly techno, rock. Some of the things that I play are interesting. Let's go on to my Google Music here and see some of the things that have become popular by me watching it. Like some of these things, like Italiano Brothers right now, or Italiano Brothers. I don't know, stuff like that. Like their song "Stamp on the Ground," it's interesting. I'll get a copyright abuse off this, but take our chances, right? So stuff like this. I'll watch that or listen to that when I'm driving. Really cool electronic music. A lot of blues, BB King. I'm really diverse when it comes to music. I don't really complain unless it's country. I'm not a huge fan of country or rap hip hop. A few artists out there I'll listen to in those genres, but for the most part, yeah. So yeah, you guessed right. Electronic music. See, full screen was saying that because of red, watch time was more important. That's the weird thing that nobody has really explained YouTube Red really clearly. And yes, I work for Social Blade to answer the question that came by. If you guys go over to Social Blade's blog, we did write up something on there. And if you subscribe to the newsletter, I think on Monday, if not tonight already, we're going to be releasing. Wait, today is already Monday. If not tonight, then tomorrow we're going to release a newsletter out to everyone on the email newsletter list. So sign up with your email address, and we'll try our best to explain a little bit more of what goes through on YouTube Red and what it means to everyone as a content creator and as those watching. NH Tech says he hates the YouTube app. The old one is so much better. The new one is blah. I don't know. I kind of like it. It's for me. It's interesting. I like the swipe left and right thing. So for me, I just go through and really find something fast. I like the ability to swipe left to stop a video that's playing in that lower corner. I'm not a huge fan of this like fire area where things are coming better because it's all things like Justin Bieber and things that I would probably never really watch. The discover part, like the recommended under the home section, that's pretty darn good. I'll find a lot of stuff to watch there when I'm browsing through on my my Chromecast and whatnot. I got the new Chromecast today and used to use my Roku. So now I'm using both of those. Pretty cool. I like it. Subscriptions, check it out. The fast food review is live on my YouTube feed. Awesome. So yes, I work for Social Blade, Lyft, I do YouTube. YouTube is sort of a job in itself. I need to bring that up. Yeah, it is interesting. Yes, Ergo did speak about Red on his channel. He did a quick video on that, and interesting stuff. He got out a video real fast because we just wanted to put something up. It's just easy to do it that way. Pendulum Man, I will check that out. Thank you. What headphones do you use for the videos when listening to music? Well, these currently are the Sennheiser HD 202s. I also have the Bose Quiet Comfort 15s, which are what I'll use for travel and most of my viewing and my listening, as you will, because they're just really comfortable and they block out the noise. But if you're in a room and someone's trying to talk to you, those Bose headphones are like impossible. They block out so much noise that it's just awkwardly silent in the room. They sound pretty good though. I like these. I think they were like $20 or $25. I reviewed these on my Sonic Orb Studios YouTube channel. Android phone is a must. I thought about getting an iPad or an Android tablet, but then again, I use my phone so often, so it's like, it's convenient. I have awesome jobs. Thank you. Lyft has been pretty fun. I would recommend people that are signing up for Lyft or thinking about signing up for Lyft, give it a shot. And even if it's not for you, there's nobody that says, "Hey, you have to drive these hours or you have to continue to use the service." I mean, you literally are a 1099 in the US. So that means you're your own independent contractor. You're your own boss. You work your hours and it pays decently well. About $1,300 a month is what I'm averaging. So what I calculate I'll average. I've only done it for 2 weeks. Pendulum. Should have had a comment there. Yeah. I'll actually look that up right now. Easier to do that on the computer here so I can keep it for later. The band. Electronic Ballroom in London, England in 2007 is when they started. Pretty cool. They originated from Australia. If you guys don't know of any good YouTubers from Australia, go check out EEV Blog. He's an electronics engineer, and he has some fantastic videos. So definitely something to check out there. You did not consider Uber over Lyft, which is more popular. Uber is definitely more popular, but My vehicle is an '04 uh, Hyundai Elantra, and Uber required that it be an '05 or newer vehicle. So I didn't want to buy a new vehicle. I got a really good deal, $2,000 for my current vehicle. Stayed within the family, so I'm happy with that, and it'll stay that way. So if I could, though, I would drive for both. Most of the drivers that I've met drive for both companies. So it's like sometimes one will become more popular than the other. So you sort of log into both and see what you can do. It's probably a little bit more bump in income there. But yeah, pretty cool. I'll check out the Witchcraft song. Get my bookmarks for later. Let's actually cue it up here. I can listen to it in the background. Listening to music anyway, might as well put some on in the background. Salim got the Elantra Sport 2016. Very nice. If I were to buy a new vehicle today, I would definitely go maybe a Toyota Prius or possibly the Chevy Volt because I'm a fan of the hybrids, but I just don't want to be plugging in all the time either. I like the idea behind the Toyota Prius. Charges itself. They're really efficient. So, I mean, if you're doing a lot of driving like me, it's better. But yeah, gas mileage on the Hyundai hasn't been terribly bad so far. So, no real complaints there. Actually, I don't know how long of a delay they got on these comments anymore, but at least it's not locking up. I know when I used to go live on Social Blade and our producer Jay did the comment section, and we were just watching the comments during the show. It was interesting because it was all just hectic. Toyota Prius is way nicer than the Volt. I would agree. Tesla. Thoughts on Tesla? I think Tesla is an awesome vehicle, but I think it's overpriced. But if you've got money to burn and you want a really nice vehicle, for sure, go with the Tesla. Those that don't know, Ergo got the Tesla, and it's got a punch or two, especially if you floor it, even without the that crazy insane mode, whatever they call it. I forget what they call it. Don't need that. It's extra money, and it'll kill your car faster. Let's see the best and the worst item I've ever reviewed on the channel. That's hard to say. What do I got? Like 50 videos up now? And without having to review my list real fast? That's hard to say. I think the worst service ever was, I want to say back in New Jersey, or was it? No, it was the longest wait time, I think, was still in Washington when I went to whatchamacallits with the star icon. Should go to my I got this great thing called my video manager. Let's go through that and see what it's called. Carl's Jr. Yes. Carl's Jr. is what it was. Then of course there was the other time where I went through and thought that the dollar menu was a actual dollar menu item. That's still I think to this day one of my higher viewed videos is the dollar menu fail from McDonald's. Buy a Porsche 918, only $950,000 to start. Yeah, no thanks. And then the ludicrous mode, thank you, for the Tesla. Yeah, I don't have the money for a $950,000 vehicle, nor do I want to pay for the gas. I might end any video games. I had a PlayStation back in New Jersey. I left it there when I moved out west and then back east, and I honestly just can't focus on video games. Anytime I do play video games, it's on the PC here because I got a powerhouse of an editing computer, and every now and then I'll play games, but it's mostly the one that has caught my attention for years and still has it every now and then. It's Minecraft. Not sure why. I miss manual windows. Manual windows were interesting. The only time I've ever had a manual window vehicle was when I was borrowing Jay's truck, which was that Toyota Tacoma, which was an '04. So that was what you guys saw me driving around for the year when I was doing Washington videos. And I really thank him. Can't thank him enough for letting me use that vehicle because that saved me a lot of time and money. And then when I moved to the East Coast, that's something you got to transport. So luckily, I got this current vehicle in the family. So really awesome. The new Jeep Wranglers are pretty nice. I'm not sure I would ever go with a Jeep. I don't know. I do carry a lot of production equipment around, so anything that I can use to load up, like even a crossover or something weird like that, CRV, I can go with something like that for sure. If I could fit the camera gear back there and a bunch of Pelican cases in it and they stay safe, it's probably good for me while keeping fuel cost and my mileage at a good average. Although you can fit quite a bit of stuff, if you will. You can fit stuff in a Toyota Prius. You just got to pack it correctly. But yeah, video games, in terms of consoles, I've never bought the PS4. Somebody keeps telling me I should buy the PS4. And I'm like, I'll play it for a month and then it'll just sit there and collect dust. So it's not worth me paying for that. And I never had an Xbox. Growing up, I played a lot of video games on console and on the handhelds, and it was always Nintendo. So I had the original NES and the Game Boys and such, Game Boy Advance, Game Boy SP, all those fun things. Game Boy Color, the original Game Boy. I think I still have one back in my parents' house in New Jersey, and I should go attempt to play one of those if I can get a battery that works for it. Surprisingly enough, I'm sure the battery still holds a charge on those things. They were built tough. What is my dream job? Um, Honestly, my dream job would be what I really want to get into is video production. Um, you guys see the camera back there. It's one of multiple that I own, and it's not in a case right now. But running around with cameras, being a camera operator, is really, really relaxing and cool and interesting to me. I can't say I like editing all that much, but if you're in a position where you're making money, or if you're just selling the footage as stock media to media sites, you can definitely do well. Some of the more filmish type channels I watch on YouTube is definitely Devin Supertramp. You guys probably know of him. He does really good stuff with the glide cam. I've known a glide cam before watching his videos, and I found him. I'm like, oh, he's pretty darn good. So, best review or best food reviewer, man. Awesome. Greetings from Switzerland, he says. How come I'm moving from the East Coast again? Change back. So I started out in New Jersey, where I grew up for 28 years. Spent a year in Washington State, Gig Harbor. That was pretty cool. I got a lot of great photos and such. Went to Wallows up there. I went to Alaska. You guys see that photo back there by the camera? That is that epic pipeline of oil or something like that in Fairbanks, Alaska. And although it was cold at -40 one day Fahrenheit, it was well worth it. I got so many great photos and such. Um, Melissa was just asking or just going to ask about the dream job too. Awesome. Thank you guys for considering that. Have I ever tasted Everclear? The vodka? Yes. Not a huge fan of vodka. I will mostly go for rum, if anything. Rum and Coke is awesome. It's my go-to drinks. Says, how come I'm moving from the East Coast, moving from the coast to coast and back again? Yeah, I'm just sort of seeing the area right now. So I started in the East Coast. It was cool. It was awesome, but New Jersey was crazy expensive, and I knew I couldn't live there, especially under my current income. So, no, not for me. And then the snow, which leads into the Canada comment. I cannot deal with snow. I don't like it. I don't want it. Canada, you can have your snow. I would not survive winter there, although I'm sure it's pretty darn fantastic. Washington was cool. A little bit rainy, but great scenic spots. So that's what I focused on when I was there, is just taking the cameras out, doing a lot of video. I got so many gigabytes of stock media, video and photos, and I should put them up on sites to sell. I'm trying to save up to get a 4K video camera so that I can replace the Panasonic back there, which is the AC90. And yeah, sell that off. It's about a $2,000 camera on a $2,000 rig, I think. So 4 grand right there. How fun. If you guys haven't seen back there too, the multi-rotor. I haven't flown that here on the East Coast yet, but that flies a GoPro. Everclear is a 90. Oh, yeah, that's right. The Everclear 98% grain alcohol. Yeah, I have had it in the past. I wouldn't recommend it. Maybe for mixing, but definitely not shots of that. No. I'd be down in half a shot. Let's see what we got going here. Posted a video on, if you guys don't know, I also do the Sonic Orb Studios YouTube channel. And one thing that I keep on top of, at least for Instagram, is on that account is Instagram. So I posted a video today. If you guys haven't seen it, you roll back here and grab it. I got one of those two-wheel self-balancing scooters because my boss got one. Then I tried it, and once you try one, you are instantly addicted to these things. They're heavy as hell too. Let's see. These things are a beast and really, really fun. I would definitely recommend you guys find one of these. This was $300. If you could find it on Amazon for $300, go for it. You gotta watch the prices; they tend to vary. They got like one big battery on this side. Now this is the side with the control board, and then the side has got a battery in it, like a 40 or 42-volt battery, something like that. And they weigh a ton. It's not the battery that's weighing so much, which surprisingly, it's the aluminum cast iron type frame structure that keeps this thing from snapping in two because it's got a pivot point on the center here. I think the top speed is like 7 miles an hour. I love this thing though. So I'll ride around this with the glide cam back there, and then I got the vest. So yeah, really, really cool and useful. I'll be getting some good video out of that. Let's see what else we got. What is the one food that you will never order at a fast food restaurant? I don't know. I would have to. You'd have to give me like a list of some things. Like if it was fried squid or something. If a fast food place made fried squid, I would probably not go for that. Stock footage. Lake Louise, Canada is a great place to try. Cool. I'll consider that. I gotta find some of the really cool scenic spots around here. I know like Lake Johnson Park, I think it is. There's a few places that I've been to, and I've been flying the RC models, like the little multi-rotors and such. So I got the little FPV flyers. So I put on the video goggles, just fly around. Can you talk about my opinion on veganism? Also, can you review some vegan food in the future? I would have to try it. Never had it, to be honest. But my opinion on people that don't want to eat meat or whatever makes you happy, go for it. I ain't taking sides on that. Hello from sunny and warm Los Angeles, California. Gotta love it there. I went to San Diego a few times. It's always sunny in San Diego. I love it there. What is your favorite hobby besides YouTube and social blading? Riding around that scooter thing is definitely one of my favorite hobbies. Before I bought that, I do RC flying. So I got a huge fixed wing aircraft, which are like foam airplanes. And with this huge FPV thing where you put on the video goggles coming out now with everyone, I'll just fly with the video goggles on. It's fantastic. So definitely fun there. The multi rotors are really, really fun. I got the little 250 class FPV multi-rotors, and you could fly those between trees and such at most parks. What do I do work-wise besides YouTube, if you don't mind saying? Yes, so I said this a few times before. I do my main job is Social Blade. I'm the support manager there, so I cover all the main support and such. Did the live show in the past with them, with Jenna and such. That was pretty fun, and then it didn't really go much anywhere, so we killed it off, unfortunately. And then I moved, and now I'm driving for Lyft here in Cary, North Carolina, and the surrounding area. And that's a pretty darn good side gig. So besides YouTube, I'm doing those other two jobs, and I enjoy it. Let's see. There's no. I know this has nothing to do with this channel, but do you have any upcoming videos on Sonic Orb? Yes, I do. I haven't really edited much yet. That's my main thing. I'm really bad at editing. Not as an editor, but I'm bad at taking the time to sit down at this computer and get videos processed. So that's why I haven't focused too much on Sonic Orb. Sorry to say. I do have a list of videos. I got product reviews. I got a photography flash speed light from Light, I think they sent me, and they want me to review it. So I've got that. I got to sort of add some more B-roll and do some testing. That'll be out. I got a whole list of radio control basics that I was planning on my flight in. I was just on the laptop the whole time and just putting together a list of videos. So expect more RC stuff on that channel. And you will definitely see some more techie stuff on that. I think for Christmas, I'm going to buy one of those micro oscilloscopes and learn how to use an oscilloscope. There we go. I could say that word. Because that's the one thing that really intrigues me is electronics repair and such. And I've never had an oscilloscope, but they look useful and fun. So we'll see how that goes. Lake Lewis pictures. Let's go see Lake Lewis on Google. Oh, it copied everything but what I selected. How fun, Google. There we go. No, I selected it wrong. Thanks again. Images. Oh, wow. Okay, that is pretty gorgeous. That's right up there with Mount Rainier. I wonder if I could do a screen share on this. Yes, I can. Put a full screen here. View images and share my screen with screen number 3. Share. So this is Lake Louise or Lewis. It kind of corrected it, but yeah. So the winter months here. Ooh, that's pretty cool. View image. That yeah, I want that in my backyard, but I don't want to have to deal with the snow. That's awesome. Some really cool composites and images here. It's like a bit of snow with a thawed lake. Some wallpaper. You do wallpaper. Yeah, I would definitely check this place out for photo work. It's pretty cool. I'd recommend checking that. Definitely. Bring back my comments. Chevy or Ford? I would definitely stay away from Ford. I've never had luck with Fords. They break down. There's some saying like found on road dead or something like that. I know multiple friends that have Fords right now that are not doing too well car wise. So yeah, I can't recommend a Ford. Melissa has some more of a tree hugging vehicle type of guy. No, Mustang or Camaro. I honestly I don't follow up too much on cars, so I'd have to look up images. I know a Mustang. I'm not too up on what a Camaro would look like though. I know they both eat gas. I'd probably go with a Mustang. Then again, I know of a Bugatti. I can go with that, or a Porsche. I like Porsche. You can drive those. I think my dream car would definitely be a Lamborghini if you could actually drive it over speed bumps and not get stuck. Because I like the body style, the straight lines and such, and weird things like that. But then again, you can get a lot of power and probably less cost out of a Porsche, like a 911 or something. The only reason why I know what I'm talking about here is because I watch Top Gear UK on Netflix. So yeah, if I go there, don't go to the tea house. It's a ripoff. Okay, I will stay away. Good to know. Need some tour guides through the internet. The only reason why the way I tour guide myself is I go on TripAdvisor and Yelp. I said this earlier. I would go on Yelp and find out what the current hot places are, stuff like that. That was weird. Thought someone stole my stuff, but it turns out it was just fake. It was Instagram being Instagrammy like. I could say more like Google like. Google likes to break, especially Hangouts. I use Hangouts, and mostly I don't use Hangouts on air. I'm gonna try the other way. Next live show that I schedule and do, I'm gonna try the new rather than the Hangouts on air with events. I'm gonna try the new live direct thing because it gave me a lot more things. So let's see. Down here says got to run. It's pretty late in Ireland. Have a good night. Thank you for stopping by, dude. Alpine ski racers in Lake Louise. I don't do skiing. I can imagine that turning out really, really badly for me. Um, Game Boys are awesome. Says awesome. I fly RC gliders with my GoPro. I have the new fast. Wait, you put a new fast motor on it. You cut your arm over a month ago. Ooh, yeah. It's gotta suck. The props are on some of these multi orders and such, especially like the one back here. I think that's 11-inch or 12-inch props, and they're carbon fiber. When those motors get spinning up, you don't want to be anywhere near them, and that's a hexacopter. So yeah, definitely play it safe. But yeah, you definitely get back on the boat after that. Just takes a while. Don't lose an arm over it. It's a fantastic hobby, though. I love FPV flying. What do I got? I got the Bix 1.1 back in New Jersey. I didn't bring that. When I was in Washington, I bought the Bixler 2, and then I got the Bix 3, and the Bix 3 is currently set up for FPV. I've only flown it a few times. It's got the 5.8 gigahertz system on there. What I eventually want to do is maybe bump up to long range, like UHF or something. I know Team Black Sheep has a bunch of good long range systems for their control and their video as well. So I may switch to that, but the expense goes way up. So unfortunately, it's not something I'd like to spend on right now, as fun as it is. But yeah, I like my RC stuff. How long have we been going? I don't even know. I can look at the time. We've been going for an hour? Holy cow. So sharp. Yes, they are. Bring that over, but then I have to walk all the way over there and grab it. And yeah. Where is everyone in the chat from? Yeah, shout out your locations. What city do I live in? I live in Cary, Cary, North Carolina. I think we're going to wrap this up soon. I didn't realize we were going for an hour. I thought we had only gone for like 30 minutes. Guys are asking redundant questions. Somebody's got to ask those, right? I'm more than happy to answer them. If you guys are watching this from like the midpoint, I think in about a little bit after I end the show, which will be soon, it'll transfer it into a video. So you'll see it in your subscription feed for this channel, and you'll be able to watch from beginning to end, where I, of course, will always go back and watch all of it. I'll be answering the question like 5 times at that point. So bear with that. Marvel or DC? I'm not sure what you mean by that. Sorry to say. When's the next live chat? Interesting question. When do you guys think I should do this? Should it be like a once a month thing? I got a good turnout here with 10 viewers and an active chat. So I may do this once a month and build up my fan base on this. I think Ken does them like once a month. If you guys don't know of Ken Domick from KBD Productions TV, I've been watching him for a long time. I've known him back when he was doing the Minecraft series and such. So he's pretty cool. You guys can watch him too. Spokane, Washington. Awesome, awesome. I think I've been to Spokane once. Switzerland, Europe. Can you do a food live, a review of food live for us? Yeah, a live food review? I can do that next month, maybe. I figure once a week? I don't know about once a week. It's a bit much. Once a week would be pretty much every time I upload an episode, you would never see anything but live food reviews. And I like the produced content more. I think it's a little bit better. I Trump Ken. I don't know, man. His numbers are pretty darn good. He's got a great attitude. He's got great editing style too. I like his videos. I like mine too, though. So I don't think one is better than the other. It's more personal opinion. I'm not sure if they have Five Guys in North Carolina. Yes, they do. They tend to be a little bit greasy, though. Oh, they're not the best place. I think the cookout places, which has a drive-through on either side, you can go to the left lane or the right lane. They do a little bit better. Although I found out that if you are in the left lane, the building's on the right, and you're the only driver, you have to reach over your passenger seat just to pay through the window. It's very, very awkward. So if you go to this place, think about that. Favorite color? And probably the last question here. Blue. If you guys can see behind my computer, there's blue LED strip light. I like blue. Then I got red back there. And beige walls. The only reason why it's beige walls because the apartment paints it that color. His reviews are crap? I don't know. Again, personal preference. Anyway, guys, that's going to wrap up another non-food review, a live show. Thank you for stopping by, everyone. Give me a like on this, especially after it processes. You can watch through the whole thing. And I think next month, maybe a little bit after that, we're going to go through and do this again because we had a good turnout. And I appreciate you guys for stopping by and being really cool and active in the chat room itself. So until next time, I think I'm out of here. See you then. I'm going to end this thing. Stop broadcast.